Hello YouTube, Bird Billy here. Today we're going to cover the Sandbox project, or how to build a sandbox. Kids were looking for a sandbox and I went and priced them out. I was looking at those like little turtles and those crab ones and everything, and they're like 60-70 bucks. So I had some scrap 2x4s laying around, and what I ended up doing, come in here, is I took 2x4s, stacked them together, and screwed in between them to make a solid piece of wood. And I staggered them a little bit. Basically they're 6 feet long, and it's 6 feet by 4 feet is the outside dimension. So the long boards were 6 feet long, and then the crossover board in between was 45 inches. That accounts for the 1.5 inches on either side for the 2x4s. And then the middle one was a full 4 foot, and I trimmed down that 6 foot down to was it 59 inches or whatever, the half of 3 inches off of 6 feet. The seats were built with 2x4s as well, and I just basically cut a 45-degree angle and set those, set one side down, set it where I wanted it, put a pencil mark on the other side for a 45, and trimmed them off. So I'm going to pull the camera free here. I'm going to back up. I want to show you the lid I built for it, and then I'm going to just kind of give you a quick rundown of some of the materials and the cost on it. Here's the lid. I put 2 handles on the side. Just was something I had laying around. If you're doing this yourself, you probably just want to put 2 handles on either side. I grabbed one. It's just something for the kids to pick up on. And then I notched out here and here for the seats. That's basically in place right there. So that's what you got going on. It's covered up, it's good to go, and it's real easy for the kids to get one on either side. They just pick it up and they're ready to play. Alright, I'm going to cover some of the materials here, so we're going to go hands-free. Be a little shaky. So the seats, like I said, were just 2x4s, and basically I cut the 45 right here, let the other one fly free. I marked a pencil mark here, pencil mark there. I'm real big on if you can cut a corner and just get something done, get it done, you know. As long as you're not sacrificing your quality, which you're not. It's just quick measuring here. And did that 3 times. Same thing on this side. And you can see the boards. I like the look of it. It's got like a, you know, just the way it looks with the board stack like that. And then I just used a cedar stain from Home Depot. So parts on this, you're looking to build this yourself, about $100 in parts. That would include your 2x4s. The 3 large sides, you'd have 6 8-footers. The 2 small sides, you'd have 3 8-footers. So you'd have 9 boards. Figure a 10th board for making the seats. But you could probably make the seats out of the scrap leftover pieces. And then that was just a sheet of Luan. I did that lightweight. That's that underlayment you get. And then I did a 2x4. I ripped it down to 3 inches. That way it was sitting exactly 1.5 inches above those 2x4 seats. And then I used 2x4 ripped down to 1.5 inches to make the cutouts for the seat. Now, a couple things I learned on this one. If I was doing this different, I just did this on the fly. It was on a whim, just freehanded the whole thing, just ran with it. What I would do is I would have built that piece solid. I think it would give us a little bit more strength, and maybe add a corner bracket in there to keep it from bowing up. What I did to stop the bow was I drilled in right here and then tied it together there with a screw. So just kind of came in at a 45, towed it in. That way it stops it from pulling out. And then I added 1 board across. The reason why I went with this rather than getting like a sheet of 1/2 inch or something is it made it more of a lid. The Luan was only, I want to say it was under 15 bucks for a sheet of Luan, and it was it's a really lightweight. It's that lightweight framing I built the doghouse with. So I'll come back over here and just show you the Sandbox. So anyways, you're looking at, like I said, around $100 of materials. That includes your stain. I figure $30 a gallon for the stain. And then the sand, though, because this is a 4x6, I got 1950 pound bags of sand there, so that's 950 pounds of sand, which you're probably looking, I think that's like $70 some in sand. So if you can control your cost by, if you want to go a little smaller. I built this one bigger because my son's getting older, so the turtle thing wasn't cutting it anymore. But with the materials that I'm giving you, that $100 materials, you could build a 4x8 if you wanted to even build a bigger one than this, because it would be the exact same materials. I cut down the Luan to match this, and I cut all the boards down to these dimensions. So you could build a 4x8 for that $100 if you wanted, and then plus your cost of sand. So total cost of a project like this would probably set you back around $175 for everything. So, all right, guys. Hope this gives you some ideas for a project. One other thing too, for the board, I did not use a baseboard. I just ran a, you can see it right here in the corner, I ran that landscape material. See that black right there sticking out of there? And I stapled it up along the edge. I doubled it up. There's some right there. What I would recommend doing is taking your strips that would be left over from you ripping down your 2x4s to the 1.5 inch, and like sandwiching the strip over top of that, so that the strip would basically be attached right there. You know, run a whole strip of wood across and sandwich the membrane stuff in between the strip and the edge. That way it wouldn't roll over or pull up like this. So those are the two things I would do. Is if I would have done this differently, is I would have built a strip around there and sandwiched this stuff on. And then the other thing I would have done is probably built that out of a continuous piece rather than cutting a separate piece. But like I said, I was doing this thing on the fly and just grabbing parts that I had laying around to build this. My cost was actually a lot less than what I'm quoting you guys. I gave you guys the, because I just grabbed this out of stuff I had laying around. But you guys, if you were just going to go to the store and build the parts, you're looking at about $100 to build this. All right. Hey, hope this helps. Take care, guys.